And we're live. All right, we're live. Two people waiting. Now, you want to wait for people to get in to hear it, or we want to start? Hello? Are you muted? Hello? Are you talking? Can you hear me? Maybe you should go out, and come back in. Log off and come back in. Hey, Kendra.
About now.
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
I hear you great.
And you were saying,
Where do you want to begin?
let's start with you. What were you saying?
My, I guess my contention was with the idea that you're going to garner respect for women in this environment with masculine frame.
Mm-hmm.
I
Happens,
just thought,
happens all the time.
I'm sure it does happen all the time, but that's still voluntary.
It is voluntary, exactly.
Right, right. And that's the point I was making in the comment section.
No, you weren't. What else did you say?
I said that I thought also that paying for respect, it's not buying respect, it's renting respect.
No,
So
it's not even renting this respect. She's not gonna give you respect. That's not respect. That's renting is paying, just like a prostitute when you lay down with her. You're not buying her all her time, but you're buying her for that moment. That's buying.
well, maybe I could put it in another scenario.
Thank you.
Maybe you could look at it as leasing a car. So similar to buying a car, you have access to that car, you can drive it, but there are parameters to the lease, how many miles you can drive it, things of that nature. So
Do,
I
do,
would say
do you lease a prostitute or do you buy a prostitute?
you lease a prostitute.
You buy a prostitute. You buy her time.
Okay, what's the point?
That's the point. You buying you when you buying her respect, or you trying to
Okay,
buy her respect. You can't buy that. Either
okay,
you have
then
it or you don't.
I think it's semantics, but okay,
It's not semantics. It's very clear.
let's go with your argument that I if you use money, you're buying her time.
You you
You're buying
you
her
buying
as far.
buying her. Yes, you are.
Okay, all right. So this is the difference between buying her and your frame. When you buy something, you expect it to work a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
If or you can return it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Did you hear my did you hear the video? Did you hear my argument?
I did.
What did I say when you say when you're actually paying her bills and you actually giving her a lifestyle? What are you buying?
I don't remember that.
What
I don't remember
exactly?
what it
So
was
that's
on.
part. Well, then if you don't remember, then don't remember the argument. I said you buying her cooperation and compliance.
Right, but that's different than respect.
That's different. Exactly. That's different than respect. That's exactly what I was saying. It's
So
exact.
then what's our contention?
I don't know. You tell me because you're the one that brought it up. I assumed you listened to the video.
Well, I did listen to the video. I don't remember every aspect of the video,
What what
but
what what,
what
what was your
triggered me
what triggered you? Let's go to that. What triggered you?
what triggered me is when you made your statement, and that's what I talked about specifically when you said that you can garner respect from women with frame. It sounded very PUA-ish to me, and I didn't understand where you, as a black pill MGTOW, why you would make a statement like
It,
that,
because,
knowing the environment.
because do you understand what frame is?
Yes.
Okay. White people call it frame, right?
Hmm.
I use it because most people on this channel that garner this channel, when I say frame, they will know what it means, right?
Hmm.
That's why I use it. I could use like 100 different words, but I use frame because people know what it means. It's a masculine frame. What is masculine frame?
You asking me?
Yes, you.
Oh, my understanding of what frame is that you hold yourself by traditional masculine values. So
Not
my
necessarily.
understanding.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Not necessarily. Basically, it's masculine dominance. Basically, you're putting yourself in position of power. That's what called
Right.
masculine. That's called masculine frame. And how you do that, you can do that a whole different ways. That's how come I actually use the three levels of force, the three levels of power. What they
Hmm.
call it, power. To one is physical and two are soft. So how come I actually mentioned those three?
But I think we're making the same argument because I mentioned that as well. I mentioned that you could use coercion, which is how men have done through millennium, to garner respect for women, right?
Did
So they
did you
set an environment. Go ahead.
did you listen to the video?
I did.
I put all that in there.
And I agreed with the, with those parts.
Well, what's your disagreement?
Where we
No.
disagree with
Uh-huh.
where we disagreeing with is I don't believe that in this environment that you can use your masculine frame to garner women's respect. It has to be voluntary. She can choose to respect you. It's same with money.
The thing is, how do you get women to volunteer in the first place? How you get them to volunteer to respect in the first place? It's not forced. They have to give it to you. I said that.
True, but
If
one
you
can
ha-
make
if
this.
why do you think PUAs talk about masculine frame? You're not raping them.
One can make a similar argument with money as well.
One can make a similar argument with money as well.
Correct.
That you
So
get.
Obsidian would make the argument
Uh-huh.
that you can garner respect from black women or if you're willing to pay 100%. If you're going to take on traditional masculine value and a masculine value of taking care of a woman, paying her bills, giving her family a dowry. That's masculine frame for many cultures to this day.
Ma- Basically masculine. Okay, there's two things. All right,
Hmm.
in a traditional family, in a traditional value, the woman does not. Women respects the. She's trained to respect the culture. She's trained
Correct.
to respect marriage because that's the way she's been brought up. She's gonna respect you, her husband, no matter what, because that's the way she knows. That's the only things that she knows.
I agree.
It has nothing to do with money.
True. That's very true. And I also made that point in my comments as well. I said one of the reasons why a woman may respect. I don't really know because a guy asked me in the
You're all
comment
over.
section.
You're all over the place because that's the whole thing. What are you disagreeing about?
The only part I'm disagreeing about, and I think I made it clear.
Is
Maybe I didn't.
masculine frame? What is the thing is? What is masculine frame?
What I'm saying to you is that a woman's respect in this environment, maybe in a different culture, that'll work. But in this environment, a woman's respect is voluntary. It doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how much masculine frame you have. She has to volunteer in this Western culture to respect you because she could respect you tomorrow and disrespect you
Wh-
out in the streets the next day.
What did I say in the very beginning that you can't buy it? It has to be given. What it encouraged her to give it to you. She has to give you her respect before you do all of that in this
All right.
environment, right? I said
And
that.
I right, and I made
So
the point that your statement is like saying 2 plus 2 is 6, and Obsidian is saying 2 plus 2 is 3. Both are
no,
wrong. Obsidian is just a little more right. That
no,
was my
that's
argument.
bullshit, man. what I'm saying is that that's bullshit. Just because you pay all of her bills, and I know I have a best friend that died. I
Hmm.
had many of his friends that were married. They've been married for years,
Hmm.
and where I work, I sit in the council of women that are married. I hear what they talk about behind y'all's back.
It doesn't matter.
It does. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Why not?
It's all about outcomes.
Outcome
So
outcomes is not
outcomes,
okay.
outcomes, and let's say she, man, how many women throughout the centuries were miserable with the husband their fathers picked for them? It didn't matter. The outcome was the man got what he
That-
needed. He got the woman he wanted.
okay.
And if he can get public respect, if she's not going outside and acting an idiot and fighting him, all that craziness that a lot of modern women do
That
today,
that
that's enough. That's
that
fair enough.
that's compliance.
Now there's compliance, but it's also respect.
That's compliance.
That's compliant, but it's
You can
also
you can
respect
buy
because
compli
you can
you can buy compliance. That doesn't mean she respects you.
right, and you can semi by respect or rent it is what I said.
You can, you,
So, and let me make my. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that when I say rent respect. This is my example. Okay, if a woman disrespects you in
mm-hmm,
public,
mm-hmm,
right,
mm-hmm,
and you did everything right, she just had a bad day, and she talked about her mother.
mm-hmm.
Now, if that same woman waited until she got home to do that, that's a level of respect. That's a rental agreement. I'm going to give you the same hell I'm going to give the alpha or the beta or whoever, but I respect you enough to do it behind closed doors. And my thoughts on that is that that's a fair amount of respect in this environment because there's no consequences, right? Right. I don't have authority over my woman in this environment, nor do nor can I give her any consequences. So that's the best deal you can get
So why would
in this environment.
why would if you don't have any, if you can't give her any consequences and you're paying 100% of her bills, why did she give you the respect?
I don't agree that if you do that, she's going to give you respect.
Well, I just
I will.
well then there's no
I
disagreement. I said that you can't buy it. She has to give it to you, and
we got
basic and you how
re-
did it, no,
remember
we're
remember
not going around in circles. No, basically there is no disagreement. I don't even know where you come up with that. You can't buy it. I just was for you were saying rent it or buy it, and you can't rent it or buy it. Either she
I
gives
would
it to you or you can't.
I
You
would
can
I
you
would
can you can you can buy compliance. In other words, I will cut you off if you don't shut up and do what I tell you to do.
there you go. Right.
That's
And
compliance. That's not respect.
but this is you called me out. I was very happy in the comment section. You and I have had little, about socialism and capitalism, things like that. We've had our little tits and tats, and it's normally very friendly. This triggered you, I think, more than it triggered
What
me
did you?
because I felt
Oh,
like
okay. Hold
I
on a
thought
second. I'm on a second. You want to know why? I said when people come at me sideways, yeah, it does trigger me. You came at me sideways, and you know you did.
I did. Yes, I did. I
Yes, you
did
did.
something like
So
this. Yes,
so
I did.
so why does it? Why do you wonder why it triggered me?
I'm not wondering why it triggered you. I just I didn't
Oh,
what I think was
oh,
weird
oh,
was
oh,
it
oh,
triggered
oh,
me so much.
you was
You
so
like get a
no no
yeah,
I
you
no
like
this
get
is this is this is this is like the third time I called you out. And guess what? This is the only time you showed up.
is this you called me out before?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
you've been doing this for years, dude.
All right. Well, look, I'm here. I apologize for not coming them other times. So I guess you can
Yeah,
lay in me any other
I
time.
got one word that I make you bullshit.
You can lay in me in anything else you
No, no,
have
no,
issues with.
no, no. This is it. Come figure out where you why you coming at me sideways when you can't. I've been around. I've been in this game too long. I know you can't buy respect. I done heard them talk about their husbands behind their back. I done heard them. Okay,
Right. Right. But we don't we're not
respect.
this we're not
Respect is
this
internal. Now
oh,
what used to happen is that people had manners.
okay. Okay. I agree. So let me ask you a question.
Whether they respected the dude or not, they had manners. They were trained to not do that. Okay,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
How do you garner respect from women in this environment? And what's your opinion?
The same way anybody or any person from person to person is garners respect from any other person. If you have a friend or you have another person that you that either look up to or friendly with, you have a level of respect for them, not because they're paying you, is because you have respect for that person because you give them respect, same respect they give you.
Right.
Sometimes it's mutual. Sometimes if you're friends, you give him more respect because he's your boy. You're not paying him to be your friend.
Right. I
He,
agree.
he give
But I
he
don't think.
he gives you respect. I said this. There's a term pimps. You ever heard of a term that pimps call Georgia?
No,
If they get Georgiaed,
no, I never heard of that.
in other words, if a pimp will say that that the woman Georgiaed him if he gives her sex before she's down for his program. In other words, basically until he gets paid, there's a break fee that she has to pay that proves that she's down for his program. And if a pimp says don't get Georgia, in other words, you don't lay down with her until she breaks herself, and then you can lay down and be intimate with her. Okay, she's showing you a level of compliance. She's showing you a level of respect because she has to get with your program. There's a whole
Okay.
bunch of there's a whole bunch of dudes that lead with their money that have a whole lot of money that they think they can buy respect because I'm gonna pay your bills.
Right.
And
Well,
to say that a 50-50 dude or dude that ain't got no money can't give respect in a relationship.
I
That's
don't
not
think.
true.
I don't think I'm. Well, I know I didn't make that argument, but I'm not even sure
I,
that
I, I,
Obsidian made that
yeah,
argument.
see, come on, man. He been making that freaking argument for the last 6 months.
Okay, my understanding of the argument he was making is that you can buy compliance, which makes sense to me. I don't know about him making an argument that you can buy
They
respect. Maybe
they
someone else did.
they just said that I was listening. I was because somebody sent me the goddamn link. Because I normally don't
Hmm.
listen to it, but since a sub of mine sent me the goddamn link, I clicked onto it for the
Well,
last 15, 20 minutes, and they were going to war about this.
well, you see what happened to me when I clicked on your link. Don't be clicking on these links.
I don't know why that's you know who I am. That's not that's wait, that's
Okay,
a
so well then maybe we just had a miscommunication because I never argued that it was that you could buy respect. I mean,
let
it's
me get
asinine. I wouldn't make that argument.
let me read this.
Yeah, go ahead and read my comments.
Let me go ahead and read this because you wonder because you trying to say that you don't know why I was so triggered by this, and you coming in sideways.
Well, we black men, we have our egos, so I have a
I don't
little
even
bit of
I
understanding.
wasn't even. And the thing is, I don't know why you have an ego with me. I wasn't even talking to you.
I'm talking about your ego, not mine.
I know I'm talking about yours because I wasn't talking to you. And you taking up for your boy. That's all
Yeah,
that is.
I heard you call me an acolyte. Now I'm on the Jedi
No,
Council, brother.
no, you taking up for your boy.
You
Don't
think
give me
so?
that shit. You taking up for your boy.
Okay. All right. Okay. You reading the comments?
Oh, in fact, let me go ahead and. Well, you on the computer or phone?
No, I'm on my phone. I'm actually look. I pulled over after work. I pulled over just to talk to BGS, and
Mm-mm.
I had a long shift too. And you've been making comments that
Uh,
I'll be
uh, uh, uh,
I'll be in the comment section the whole time. Let me make it clear. I'm charting every hour, so when I get time to chart, I will pick up my phone and
and
comment every now
and
and
this was an asinine rant, and I don't usually
then.
cape for other men. I don't usually cape for other men. What does that mean?
Hmm.
I don't usually cape for other. So what were you doing in this instance?
I was caping,
You caping. Thank you.
but I'm not an acolyte.
No, no, no. No, you caping. Okay, you caping for your boy,
Hmm.
acolyte. But the guy on Mixer didn't make one of the arguments you're ranting about. Bullshit. He sure did. I
Right.
heard him say it. I
Okay.
heard him say
Well,
it. Last 20 minutes, he was actually said it. He said it. Obsidian said it. The three guys said it. And the young dude that was actually talking about that shit, that was actually going to war against him, he was actually mad. Obsidian had to end the goddamn in the goddamn stream because it got so bad.
well, I must admit I didn't hear
Well,
this
thank you. Well,
particular
if you didn't
stream.
hear, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the
If you did,
argument you had made.
if no, no, you
We're
talking
talking
about
about frame. We're talking about frame. Now
what?
we can be having
Okay.
several
Oh,
disagreements,
oh,
but
oh,
the one I was
how,
particularly
how,
thinking
how,
about was frame.
how do you think? How do you think a street dude with very little money can get respect from the women in his class?
They volunteer.
They volunteer. Why do they volunteer it?
I don't know.
Because he's holding freaking masculine frame, which is the first step of PUA. The reason that this stuff has been around so long because the goddamn shit works. Okay. Okay. The guy on Mixer didn't make any one of the arguments you're ranting about. We already proved that was wrong because if you didn't hear the end of it, I heard the last 20 minutes. They exactly said the same shit I just said. Okay, so let's chastise you for a sec. Okay,
Indeed.
indeed. First marriage has always been about an exchange in goods and services for men for a woman's womb.
Hmm.
It's called a dowry, and sometimes you pay it, sometimes she's paid. It's the exchange for a woman's womb is for exchange for what? The product of the womb,
Hmm.
which belongs to the man, which doesn't exist any day in this day and age.
Correct.
You have no right to the product of her womb. Second, cooperation, as you have stated, is what black men mean when they ask for submission from a black woman. Okay, I never, and I don't know where that came from. That's stuff I've said before, and I've said that before.
Hmm. I'm
Res-
agreeing with you.
That's compliance, submission, compliance. You get that, right? That wasn't the argument, was it?
It was not the argument.
Thank you. To make a PUA pitch about frame is ridiculous with the 20/80 rule.
Mm,
I think you mean the 80/20 rule, but yeah, you got it backwards. But it anyway.
right.
Okay. To make that,
Well, one could argue that maybe that reason the street pimp gets respected because maybe he's part of that 20%.
does the 20% do does that 20% mean that the top 20% do to make money?
No, it could be his attractive level. It can be his
It could
height.
be
It could be everything.
it could be what, which is part of his what?
His masculine frame.
Masculine frame. Thank you. She's not gonna respect your frame when she has to settle for you. It's esoteric bullshit. If she if
Mm.
she if she gives you the respect, guess what she's doing?
Yeah, but she gave you the
If
respect because
she gi-
you part of
if
that
she
20%.
if
And
she gives you
we
does the 20% mean that has does that have to do with money?
I'm not making an argument about money. I'm saying that your argument about frame is incorrect.
No, it's bullshit. If you have
I'm
masculine, if why do you think PUAs teach frame and everybody can't do it?
Well, I just know how my observation, and we're going to use some anecdotal evidence, is that certain things that black women will tolerate from a man they find physically attractive. So that might be, it don't necessarily have to have what quote unquote masculine frame. He could be a soy boy, but if they find him sexy, they're going to have a different reaction than they
That
are
doesn't mean that
the
he's physically
4'11"
attractive.
guy.
That doesn't mean he's physically attractive.
That's true, but it could mean he is physically attractive.
It could be. What I'm saying is, though, the one that would basically it's not a one-to-one thing, is it?
No, it's not a one on one.
It could be because he has a big penis. It could be that he has a lifestyle. It could be that
Right,
he has charisma. It
right.
could be a whole bunch of things, right?
And it could not be because he has
No,
masculine frame.
what I'm saying is masculine frame is the way that you do it. Part of that
Okay,
is
well,
masculine frame.
okay, well, let me ask you this: can you develop masculine frame? And if you do develop masculine frame, will that guarantee you that respect from women?
Will it guarantee you respect from a woman or from a woman or all women? What are you talking about?
From a woman, not
It
all
will
women.
guarantee you respect from a woman.
Okay, okay. So you saying that there's nothing there's nothing particular about certain men that get respect from women, but any man that has masculine friends is going to get respect from some woman. And when I mean some woman, I'm talking about the woman he's with, the woman he's
The
dating, the woman
the,
he's married to.
the woman that decides to give him respect and choose him, right?
Oh no 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 no, the woman that decides to choose him. I want to know whether or not his masculine frame is the reason. that that she's giving him respect.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily have to be the reason, but the thing is, uh, that's how the example that I use is that the dudes, the street dudes that they get mad about, that,
Hmm.
that don't have any other resources. How
Right.
they hold their women is masculine frame, and on the street, that's how you hold your women, is it not?
That's not the only way you hold it. You also got you also might have to slap the piss out on them too.
That
So
is masculine. That's masculine frame, boss.
that's okay. We can
That's
argue
not
that,
that's
but
that's
I will say
dominance. That's masculine
right,
frame because a lot of dudes
right,
that hold
right,
masculine
right,
frame also
right,
will slap the piss out of
right.
you too. That's physical, right?
That's true, but you can't get away with that in this environment, and that's my
They
point.
still yes, you can if she allows you to get away with it. Guess what? You sure can.
This is now that you're right. You're right because you have women that are in physically abusive, arrested relationships with men. They've been in other relationships forever and never called the police on
And
them.
some
But
women
that's a
you have to slap the shit out of them. That's because that's what they want you to do.
that's I. You won't get no disagreement with
So
me
this
on that at all.
so I'm saying that's one. You say sometimes. That's what I'm talking about. But street dudes do it all the time, don't they?
I can wrap up. You know, I can. You don't even have to read all that. I'll wrap up what I meant in a few sentences.
Okay.
My only contention was that I maybe I didn't get an explanation that I heard that took into consideration that holding whatever frame you have is going to be dependent on her volunteering to submit to you, and that she could take away her volunteering to respect you, but she can take away that anytime she wants, and there's nothing you can do about it legally.
And it's that wasn't the argument, was it?
That was my argument.
That was your argument. The thing
Right,
is, you
that's
said
my
that you
argument.
didn't hear it in there because guess what? The video wasn't towards you. That's why you didn't hear it. Let me read the rest of this because
Okay.
and these street dudes that get all the respect are the same dudes that she calls white daddy, the police on when the mood hits her. It ain't just
Right.
street dudes either, is it?
It showed the fuck ain't.
Thank you. That
But
was some
remember,
that
we're
was
talking
some
about friends.
blue pill nonsense, and you should know better. What does that mean?
What it means is that to okay, so there's all type of social constructs that we believe to be correct because that's our programming, right? So one social construct is that if you if you if you treat a woman a certain way, you're a nice guy, you're a good guy, you follow all the rules, you're gonna find that perfect girl, and she's
Mm,
gonna love you for
that's
who
blue
you
pill.
are.
That's
That's
very blue pill. Yeah.
that's very blue pill.
Hmm.
So my argument is that that someone would think that all they need in in this environment is masculine frame, and they're going to get this wonderful respect, this woman that loves you and respects you and do whatever you tell her to do. That's blue pill thinking.
That's not. No, it's not.
What?
It's not.
Uh, okay, please explain.
Me using the word frame period is a what?
It's a PUA.
It's a what is PUA? What are they part of?
They're part of the manosphere.
They're part of they're part of the red pill.
Mm-hmm.
That's red pill. That is red pill language. That's why I use it.
Mm,
Hold a masculine frame evolutionary psychology. Being an
mm-hmm.
alpha, holding alpha
Right.
frame. I was just listening to fucking Rollo Tomasi and his boy talk about this shit just yesterday. That's red pill shit.
That's red pill shit. That
They
is
don't.
correct. That's correct in the right environment.
No, not in the right environment. That's red pill shit. Period. All day, every day.
Okay, you can make an argument for that, and I can't necessarily say that you're
You,
wrong.
that is not blue pill. That's red pill all day, every day.
That's
You can go to any red pill site, any red pill site, and talk about frame and ask them is that blue pill or red pill. They're gonna tell you it's red pill all day.
but what does
Donovan Sharp preaches this all the time.
but
He
what
ain't the
does
only one.
what does being blue pill also mean? Blue pill being blue pill also mean believing in these fantasy, uh, uh, these ridiculous ideologies that that are completely a fantasy.
Basically,
So I would
why
say that's more purple. Maybe it's not
uh,
blue pill, but
no,
it's
no,
at
no.
least purple.
Why do they call it frame, and why do they teach frame? Why do they teach you to tell you to be alpha?
PUAs don't give a shit about respect. PUAs want to get people laid.
They want to get people laid. What? Well,
All right,
basically,
but that's not respect,
uh,
BGS. That's
it,
not the same.
what is it?
You said yourself that women use
It ain't.
men for different
Roller
utilities.
Tomasi's not a PUA.
Correct.
Those are called red pill. They call them red. They call them red pill married men.
Well, because there's some truth in it, doesn't mean that it doesn't have some
No,
blue pill in it.
no, it's not.
There's
There is
some truth. There's some truth
there
in
is no
that.
blue. There is no blue pill when it's a red pill ideology. There's no blue pill in there. That's one of the tenets of red pill. What are you
Well, I
talking about?
disagree. Well, I disagree.
You
But
can disagree all you want. Go look it
it's,
up.
it's got to be at least
Go
purple pill.
go look,
It
go
has to be.
look it
If
up.
it's not,
Go
if it's
look
not,
it up.
okay,
I don't care what you say. Go
I'll
look it
give
up.
it to you. I'll
Go
give
look
it
it
to
up.
you. I'll
Go
give
look
it
it
to you.
up.
I'll give it to you.
Frame is not blue pill.
I'll give it
I
to
don't know
you.
where you got that from.
I'll no.
Now,
I'm not arguing that frame is blue pill. I'm arguing that using frame will get women to respect you is blue pill. Not that frame
that
itself
was
is blue pill.
not the argument, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I misunderstood your argument.
No, you
Because
did.
that's what I'm hearing. That's
Well,
what
no,
I heard from you.
okay,
Because because
basically you using your woman ears, man.
maybe,
You
maybe,
using your one. You use
maybe.
basically you had an emotional reaction to what I said. That's what's happened. When I said you using your woman ears, it's an emotional reaction. You're not talking about the logical argument that I put out because
No,
I
no.
I gave a specific case. A
Right.
specific case about a dude in the hood that ain't got no money,
Mm-hmm.
and I know this because my son and basically basically is a minimum wage dude. Okay,
Okay.
he's married. Okay,
Right.
and a side chick that he gets respect from, and they give him money, and they take care of him.
Is he part of the 20%?
He's part of the 20%.
Okay. There you go.
Does he have money?
You don't have to have money. He's part of the 20%.
What exactly? So basically, he's getting respect without
Okay.
money.
Hold up, BG. Hold up, BGS. I need to make clear my argument because I feel like you're conflating my argument with their argument.
So how am I supposed with their argument? Well, you taking up for him, aren't you?
No. You said I'm taking up for him, and I guess I
Oh,
use the word I
wait a
don't
minute. Hold on. Let
can't.
me
I
read.
don't
Let
can't.
me read this again. Let me read this again
I
because you're
heard it the
listening with
first
your
time.
woman ears again, right?
I heard it the first time. I heard it the first time.
So what does that
Okay.
mean?
Let me make myself clear. My argument is that you cannot get respect from women with money or with masculine frame in this environment
So how does
without
so,
let me
so,
finish
so how does
without her volunteering to give you her that
giving you
respect, and she can take it
she
back from you
how
anytime
can
she wants to.
how can you force
That's
people
not the same.
so when have you ever seen people somebody force respect?
You see it all the time.
Where?
You see it in royalty. You see it in the Middle East. Because look, man, why do people respect the king who is not as smart as his I made that point. He's not as smart as his advisors, and he's not as strong as his warriors. Why? Because they respect his position. And
In other
they know if they fuck up, there's gonna be consequences to pay. That is respect. That's not admiration.
how about
That's
the
not
how about the
respecting you because you're great.
how about the people that have to protect him and uphold his laws?
Yes, they respect him.
They respect him.
Right.
There's no consequence because if they decided that he has to go, guess what's going to happen?
He will go. That's a
It
fair argument. That's a fair argument.
what
He
happened
wants
to
to overthrow.
what happened to Mubarak in Egypt?
Dude. Oh, let's not talk about
In other words,
that or
no
Libya
no no
or
no
come
no.
on. I get
no.
your point though. I get your point.
In other words, basically all governments are voluntary. There's no way
Right. No,
uh,
whoa, 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 whoa,
all
whoa, whoa,
governments are
whoa, whoa.
voluntary.
What? No, no. Yes, I agree. They're voluntary, right? But they're not all voluntary
They're
because
all
you have no, no, no.
what government
You,
is not voluntary?
you know because you have dictatorships as well.
The,
So
the,
not all governments are
all
voluntary.
governments are
But I get your
voluntary.
point. I get your point though. I get your point.
Why do dictatorships work?
Because people volunteer.
Because
That's
people
your point.
believe in them. It's
Right.
voluntary.
Right.
All
Right.
governments are
Right.
voluntary.
Right. And I see your point. It's an
Thank you.
excellent point. I see your
Thank you.
point.
Thank
It's
you.
an excellent point.
Thank
But
you.
to
Ain't no but.
counter that,
Ain't
no,
no
no, no,
but.
no, 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 no.
Ain't no but.
Because how do you keep everyone else in line that's not volunteering? You use force. You lose the law. You got the police. You got the military. Everybody in the U.S. don't want Donald Trump to be their president.
What? Oh, the thing is, everybody doesn't have to, but everybody
Right.
volunteers. Donald Trump is just the holder of the office, right?
Correct.
Everybody volunteers and agree.
We're not disagreeing,
Oh,
BGS.
yes, you just disagree with me. Don't give me that shit. You
No,
just did.
no,
Yes,
no,
you
no, no.
did.
We're not. No, no.
Let me get to
Go
the
ahead.
rest of this, okay?
All right. Go ahead.
Because this is the piece that triggered me.
Oh, okay.
And
I gotta hear this.
for one to be MGTOW, you have admitted defeat that your frame, charisma, and finances, none of those things got you respect. Really?
Mm, yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
get that from? Where you get that from?
From MGTOWs who are on YouTube right now, saying that they were women with 20+ years. He divorced them, took half their stuff, took their children. The children won't speak to them. They saying horrible. I mean, it's all over
No,
it.
no,
It's all over
no,
the
no,
internet.
what? No, no, basically, why do you think that applied to me?
I was making the point, BGS,
No,
and
no,
that
no, no,
one,
no, 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 no. You did
right?
what? You didn't say a MGTOW, you said who?
I didn't say you specifically. I did not say you
Wait a minute, wait a
specifically.
minute. And for
Read that
one,
again.
to be a MGTOW, you have admitted. Who do you mean by you?
Oh, did I say you? Okay, well then, yeah. Okay, I didn't mean you specifically. You. What I meant as people who are MGTOWs have admitted that they've given up on the sexual marketplace because it's already screwed up, and there's nothing they can do to change that reality. I think that's very true. A true statement about what MGTOWs believe. At least most MGTOWs believe. I don't think that's a lie. They admitted that there's nothing they can do, which is a defeat, to change the environment. Their masculine frame is not going to change the environment. Their money is not going to change the environment. I think that was. I
What is
think
it?
that was.
What is it?
That's the point.
That's not what you said, is it?
That's. I think that's what I said. I think that's exactly what I said. Yes,
Let
that
me
is what I said.
okay. Let me read it verbatim because this is the shit that you wrote.
All right, let's do it.
You're doing it with your woman is again. And for one, to be a MGTOW, you have admitted defeat that your frame, charisma, finance, none of those things got you respect.
Right. Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
does it keep your respect? Maybe not. But guess what? All that stuff, what gets you respect?
Okay. Okay. Because she volunteered. What? Okay, that MGTOW thing triggered you. You admitted to that.
Because you said nah, the MGTOW shit didn't trigger me. The you got me because you
Okay,
made it
the
personal.
you got me.
Because you
But when
made
I
it personal.
said when
Because
I
you made it
said you,
personal. Yes, you did.
okay, well that was not my intention. And I don't have to lie. I could just say fuck you. That's I meant it personal. But I'm honestly saying that's not what I
And
meant when I said you admit that.
because basically, how did MGTOW get into this? And you
I,
because you know I'm MGTOW, right?
yes.
You made it
Yeah, I know
personal.
you admit that.
You,
Yeah,
you
I
made
know
it
you admit that.
personal. That's
Yeah,
what
because
that's
yeah,
you made it
but
personal.
for a specific reason. The point I was making, BGS, is I didn't understand a person who accepts MGTOW, who calls themselves Black Pill, would think that in this environment, and you call the Black community a gynocracy, for God's sake,
It is.
how that in a gynocracy is your masculine flame going to get a Black woman to respect you? That didn't make any sense to me, BGS.
It happens all the time. The women respected me. The thing, why do you think I became MGTOW? I've said it many times. Why do you think you've been listening to me for 4 years? Why do you think I said I became MGTOW?
I don't know.
You
I don't
don't
know why
know.
you became
But
MGTOW.
the thing is, in other words, you don't know. But the thing is, you're gonna make a random guess and throw shots at me when you don't know. When I said
It
it many
wasn't.
times,
It was personal, but it wasn't
it's
personal to
bullshit, man.
it.
Stop with
It
that
was
woman shit,
it
man.
was personal, but it wasn't
It was
personal.
personal. Was personal, but it wasn't personal. No, you nigga, you so shot. You threw a shot at me. Now you laughing about it. At the time, you wasn't laughing. You meant it, didn't you?
No, I was laughing at the time too. But I think my point stands though, right?
Now, the reason I became MGTOW because I got tired of the dance.
Okay.
Could
All
you
right.
mas-
Well,
could,
okay.
could your masculine frame hold them? Yeah. Could your finances hold them? Yeah. Could your
Yeah.
dick
Well,
hold them?
okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, at some point, you get tired of that shit. And I got tired of it. That's how come I
But that
became MGTOW.
this is the thing that okay. So that's very specific to you.
Now,
But
so in other words, yes, I did respect. I still
okay.
do because they still want to come back. I still got my baby mama looking at me with those googly eyes. Okay, and
Well,
we ain't been with her in 20 years.
BGS, you are quite an exception to the rule, brother.
What
You
what
know,
what that statement doesn't say that, does it? Because you made it specific to me, did you not?
I've made it specific to
Thank you.
MGTOWs, but yes, I guess it was for you too.
And every
So
MGTOW, every MGTOW
so,
is not
but
created equally.
it's true. But I wasn't going on every MGTOW. I was going
You
from the
you
general understanding of where MGTOWs
no
come
no
from.
no
And
no no
okay,
Negro, no
no,
no
no,
Negro, no. You
do
made it
Mick.
you made it
Whoa.
specific to me.
Are you losing your woman's ears too? Are we
No, no.
both using our woman's ears or just me?
Wait a minute. I just read it. What did you mean? Oh no, that's not what I meant. No, Nickel, that's what you wrote.
Did not MGTOW come from the men's movement?
That has nothing to do with it. You knew
It
I'm a
has
big time.
everything.
No, it
It
does
has
not.
everything to
It has
do with
nothing.
it.
No, it does not. You as you said, you being a MGTOW,
Right?
basically, you threw that shot at me personally. I know the difference.
It was
Now,
personal, but it wasn't personal.
bullshit, man. You don't.
And
You're
let me
educated person.
explain. Let
You
me
know how.
explain what it means.
You
Let
know.
me
No,
explain
you
what I
don't.
mean.
There's no explaining it. You wrote it. Did you not write
Let
that?
me. I did write it. Let me
Thank you.
explain. Let me explain it
Does
though.
that sound
Because,
personal? Does that
yeah,
sound personal?
well, you and I have never had a conversation, BGS. So it's easier for if I was to send you a text message that because you don't know me,
We,
maybe
w-
we'll it's
so,
like I can
so,
talk to my buddy and say something crazy. He'll know where I'm coming from.
well, the thing is, do you throw shots at people that you never have a conversation with?
No, not normally. I
Thank
don't.
you. So you
No,
expect
no.
me not to react? You asking why I reacted? That's why I reacted. You threw a shot at me
I must say I didn't expect you to react this way.
because normally I don't.
Correct. Exactly.
Because
I'm sure
so in other
people have
words,
done worse
you
shots at
think the
me than me.
content creators because you think because I have a channel, I got so
Mhm.
many subs that you can run in and step on my toes and I'm not gonna react, right?
No, no, I knew you were. No, no, I knew you were going to respond because you and I have had back and forth in the comment section before. What I didn't expect were that you would open up a hangout specifically for me or for this one because I thought we would have had. I thought there was, you know, we have. There are things that you and I go separate ways on.
Like what?
I like socialism,
Okay.
and that you're more far left.
I am
I,
I am I
I
am
would
right
love I would
I'm
love
right
to
I'm
get like
right I am right down the middle with socialism and capitalism. It don't matter to me because they exist they
some of the
exist
videos you put
they
up. I'm not getting a lot of right down the middle guys that you have
they because they
on the videos, man.
because you're so far to the right that you don't understand it.
No, no, no. This is the thing. I'm actually okay. I'm a moderate that leans right. So maybe you can make an argument that I'm a bit further to the right.
Give me your idea about socialism. What is it for?
Okay, the most basic way I look at socialism is a way to keep the pitchforks and the and the mob in check.
Mm-hmm.
That's what socialism is. So it's necessary. This is why I say I'm to the center and I pull a little to the right. It's necessary, but I also believe the bourgeois class is also necessary. I don't believe in this total eradication of a bourgeois class and then have the people run business in a democratic way. I just think that that's and I just think people are not created equal. People are not as intelligent as everyone. Some people are just more competent at certain things more than others. I mean, you can see that the guy working at McDonald's flipping the burgers, like he's
Mhm.
better than Tyrone is
So,
or whoever.
don't people naturally pick people that are more competent in a group?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they and people naturally pick people that they socialize better with. So if they like, I mean, come on, you've seen the lady in that the chick in the office that has authority, and she's not that competent. She's still going to her friends like, I'm not sure how to work the copier, but they like her. They like Susan.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't believe. I
So,
don't believe
so,
the.
so
I don't think. I don't think people should. I
let me let
think
me let me let me
what people
ask you
should
a
vote.
question. Let me ask you a
Go ahead.
question. If it's a democratic workplace and this is the way we make money,
Hmm.
and Susie can't run the copier, and
Right.
we're gonna lose money by Susie running the copier, do you think the people are gonna actually vote to let Susie run the copier because they like her?
We invest in things that lose money all the time.
I ask you a question.
I think it's highly likely that Susie probably will get fired. But I
Or,
wouldn't be surprised if
or
she
they
if
will,
she
or
did.
they will, or they will put her someplace else. Have you ever worked? Have you ever? I don't know where you work, right? When something's,
I'm a nurse. I work in healthcare.
you're a nurse, right?
Hmm.
Okay. If they're, if and everybody knows there's people that are better at others at some stuff than others, right?
Correct.
So if you know that there's a certain person that may kill a patient, and you might like that person, and everybody might like her,
Right.
the first thing you're gonna do is steer her away from what things that she can't handle, right?
Right.
That's democratic, and nobody has to tell people to do that.
No, 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 no. No, I would disagree. That's not democratic. That's definitely a merit based. If you are a bad nurse, if you're a bad healthcare professional, you'll figure that out real quick. It's not going to take a long time, and they will figure that out because they don't want to get sued.
What
Number
what
one
is
for
what is what is
self-preservation.
what does democratic mean?
Democratic means that people have a say. The group has a
A
say
Greyhound
and how
so
things.
and
Right.
say and has a vote and has
Mhm.
power to shape whatever it is, right?
Right. Right.
It has nothing to do with meritocracy, right?
Correct.
So in other words, if the group just if you ever play sports,
Hmm.
when you pick teams, when people choose up teams, that's very democratic. Who's the first person chosen?
No, 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 no. That's very
Who?
democratic.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
democratic.
maybe I'm not understanding the question because I'm thinking that the best player would be chosen.
The best player will be chosen. Why? Because he's the best player, right? And
That's merit
everybody
based.
and everybody it's merit it's the merit based doesn't mean it's not democratic. Because if it was merit based, we
You
would
splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs, BGS. You're splitting hairs a little bit with that one. But
it,
go ahead, make your point.
back in the day. How was the chief chosen?
No idea.
The chief was chosen by the people. Why did people choose him?
No clue.
Because he's the best person. They know him. They determine he's the best person. He's the wisest person that we have, and we trust his judgment. So we're gonna basically elect him to be what our chief.
Hmm. Okay,
Now
what?
it got
But
now
I don't believe in that.
now
I'll make an
meritocracy
argument.
now non-democratic or
Hmm.
non-merit basically meritocracy basically is democratic because you're
How
pushing the
so?
people up that do the best work.
No, I think that's splitting hairs, BGS,
No, it's
because
not splitting hairs. What
it's splitting
are you
hairs because someone can be competent enough to do the job, and they can be liked better than someone who can do the job better, but maybe they're not as well liked, right? I mean, you see that.
oh, but
We see that all the
my
time.
God, in capitalism, that doesn't happen, does it?
Oh, of course it does. It happens all the time.
Thank you.
No, but
That's
you and I
that's
don't
just people.
argue. No, no, we don't argue about the problems with
So
capitalism.
so so what does that have to do with socialism?
My problem is that when people believe that they can replace capitalism with this fanciful idea of socialism and that it's going to work better than capitalism. And there has just been no proof that that works better. It's no proof. Capitalism and feudalism, we know those two systems have worked. We
Hmm.
got We have historical evidence that capitalism and feudalism work. They
until
are flawed. They are flawed systems. They are
un,
very flawed
until they don't, right?
until they don't. That's correct.
What's happening to capitalism right now?
Uh, Man, we can talk about. We can. Hey, where you want to begin?
Let me ask you a question. Let me
Hmm.
ask you a question. You got eight
Sure.
billion. You got 8 billion people, right?
Hmm.
And with the automation that's coming in by 2030, you're gonna lose 90% of the jobs. So basically, you're gonna have 7 billion people out of work. How do you handle that?
I have no idea, PGF. I don't have the answer to that. And
It's
the smartest people on the planet don't have
so
the answer to that either.
exactly because under what is the definition of capitalism?
The definition of capitalism is a system where products and goods are traded or exchanged for X amount of dollars or services,
It's
etc.
profits.
Right.
Profits under a price system. That's capitalism, right?
Hmm.
Capitalism chases what? Profits, right?
That's correct.
And capitalism, if you don't soften it with something, it's gonna
Right.
burn
Right.
itself out
Oh,
because at the end of the day, because you're seeing it right now, right?
yeah.
If it wasn't for socialism, with all the machines coming in, guess what happened to all the people under capitalism?
To be able to work.
You got
Yeah.
to
No,
work.
I agree. We're not disagreeing.
And what is
We're not disagreeing.
what
That's
is
a
any?
huge problem with capitalism,
Thank
and
you.
I,
So
it's a huge
basically,
problem with capitalism. But that doesn't mean that socialism is a better option. Socialism is the band aid, right? But at the end of the day, the machine taking your job is a problem,
let me ask you a question.
right?
Your engine drives, right? Your engine, okay, the pistons and the gasoline all power your engine, right?
Right.
What happens if now is oil a band-aid?
Oil is not a band aid. Oil is uh, uh, necessary for your engine to run.
Thank you. So socialism is not a band-aid.
Okay, that's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. I can see where you're coming from there. That's fair enough. And I never said that socialism
And
wasn't
and,
necessary. I'm saying that as
and
an economic system, it doesn't work because socialism isn't an economic system.
when capitalism first started, it didn't work very well either.
No, it
Cap,
didn't.
capitalism didn't really become actually really can't come into its own until the beginning of the industrial
The
revolution.
Industrial Revolution, right? Correct.
And now
Yeah,
when you go to something else, will laissez will we didn't really what we're
laissez
under
faire.
basically is laissez faire capitalism, which is what we've been doing for 200
Oh,
years.
we're in crony capitalism. I mean,
It's
especially after Dodd Frank. I mean, the banks don't even have to go to Congress to get money anymore. So it's worse than that.
they never had to go to Congress to get money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or at least the illusion that they
I
did
mean, I mean,
is
I mean, I mean,
the blinders are off.
well, like I said, I do think there's two books I think you should read.
Okay.
One is well, I always call it Gold Dollars and Power because that is the Bretton Woods system
Okay. I'm
in a
aware of the Britain
nutshell.
Woods system. Hmm. Okay.
And I
I'll put it
think,
on my list.
and I'm trying to remember the other one is built written by Liam Liquid Ahmad. I'm trying to remember the name of bankers that broke the world. I'm trying to remember the name of, but he talks about the old gold system up in the
Okay.
1929, and basically most people that talk about capitalism and money system don't even know how the damn thing works because it took me 6 years of studying just to even figure this shit out. So I know
All right.
most people don't have my level of understanding. So when I talk
Right.
about socialism in an environment, all instruments work in an environment. Okay, capitalism works in a certain environment. At some point, it's not going to work, and
Right.
basically, you're coming up to the time where capitalism is not going to work
Right.
because capitalism does what? It's driven by profits. So if
Right.
everybody's driven by profits, that's what's going to happen to your social system, to
Right.
your economy.
I agree. I mean, I don't think we're disagreeing on the aspects of the failures of capitalism. I think where my contention usually lies is that the so-called fixes. Now, granted, I don't know how to fix it. right? And people way smarter than me don't know how to fix it either. So when I see that they're retreading certain ideas about
Like
how
what?
you should fix it,
Like what?
like running businesses democratically or
You
socialized business.
basically basically employee owned
Yeah,
enterprise,
right, right.
which you've had, you've had them all along, which you used to have them. When we've been having them, we actually longer than industrial capitalism. They're called farmer co-ops.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, but look, I don't know. But yet I don't know whether or not um, any of the fixes that we have will work. I don't know what the world's going to look like 30 years from now. I have no clue. I don't have these.
30,
Well, I don't have.
you better worry about the next 10, let alone 30.
I think I'm okay for now. They haven't replaced me yet. But
Oh, let me ask you a question, man, because I actually, because I was actually, my father had gotten it. Well, they thought he had trouble breathing, so we had taken him to the hospital. Okay.
okay.
And two separate hospitals did the exact same, ran the exact same test on him, right?
Hmm.
And took his blood, put him in a little
Canister.
bottle for culture, right?
Okay.
So I asked the nurse. I said, "How long does it take to form a culture before you know?" She said it takes about 48 hours for the culture to form, but the machine actually will determine it in 30 minutes. You're loading it
Hmm.
up to the goddamn AI already. So all the X-rays, every test that you take, every test that you, all they have a most large hospitals have
Hmm.
a AI system as a backup. You're already implementing the shit.
Yeah, well, we've always had machines that do certain things better than human beings, but certain things. Okay, so I'll give you an example, right? Mach- uh, okay, like a flower arrangement. This is stupid, but
Mm-hmm.
it takes a bit of an artistic talent
Mm-hmm.
to do a flower arrangement.
Okay.
Now you can put in the computer, hey, I want roses and daffodils here and there. You definitely in the computer and the machine will do it. So the reason why I don't get 100% worried about all these fields because a lot of these things need a human touch to it
Like what?
to give it some artistic. Film music would be a perfect example. I mean,
They
sure, an AI could make uh can play an orchestra, right?
uh-huh.
But you know, can an AI replace Kanye West?
Let me ask you this before he had
I know
digital.
it's a
No, no,
simple
no, no.
example.
It's simple because because you can look at any industry where automation or where we, because we don't think industrial revolution is automation, but it actually was. Okay, all
Hmm.
right. Um, before before the industrial revolution, before actually even up to the 20th century.
Hmm.
Guess how many people actually ruled on the farm, worked on the farm?
Oh, most people are.
97%.
Yeah,
Guess after the Industrial Revolution actually really took hold in the United States, guess how many people work on the farm?
3%.
2%. In 1950, guess how many people worked in factories?
I have no clue.
90%.
Hmm.
Guess how many people work in factories now?
Oh God. And the factories in the U.S.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't know. Ask
4%.
them. Right.
4%. Guess what's happening? Guess what's happening to the service sector right now? Same thing.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah, I
what
mean,
is
I go to
what
kiosk when I go to McDonald's
let me
or
ask you a
Walmart.
question.
So
Let me
yeah,
ask you a question. I'm gonna put
go ahead.
because you think of it as a role of where you're at, right? And
No, no, I
basically, hold on a
right.
second. To be
Go
an
ahead.
analyst, you have to sit in somebody else's shoes, right?
Sure. Okay.
Think like a capitalist. How much is how much is the medical industry in the United States worth?
Billions of dollars,
More than that. Try again.
like $1 trillion, something like that.
Like $45 trillion. That's what it's worth.
Okay.
What is the least automated sector in the United States?
Nursing,
Well,
doctors.
medical period, right?
Right. Right.
Medical period, right? Where's the
Hmm.
honeypot?
Doctors, the honeypot doctors,
It's
nurses. That's
medical,
where.
right? What okay,
Mm-hmm.
when you say medical, what does that include?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just nurses and doctors in the physical
Patients.
when
Right.
we're not just patients. Patients are the customers. Okay,
Right. Mm-hmm.
infrastructure. What is it? You have what? You have,
Hospitals.
you have hospitals. You got
Mm-hmm.
doctors. Well, hospitals, doctors, nurses, staff. You have
Right.
what? You have what? You also have what? Medical insurance, right?
Right. Right.
Medical insurance can already be automated.
Yeah, I hear where you're going.
Okay, okay.
I hear where you're going.
If
No,
if
it's already going that way. Even with
it's,
nurses, we're going into the homes more than we are in the
you,
hospitals.
you go into the homes more, you're in the hospitals, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And and basically
And they can pay us less too.
automation is just getting started, right?
Right.
So have you ever because because Michael Coleman is a doctor. I mean, not a
Mm.
doctor, but he's a nurse.
Okay.
He's working on shit right now to replace himself and you.
Mm.
Right now, him and a few others are working on. He's a nurse. He knows. He knows. And basically, what he does because he's what is it? What do they call for babies? What do they call them?
Pediatric nurse.
Pediatric nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get no more human touchy feely than that, can you?
No.
He's already working on software. They can't replace you all. I would never say that, but what
Right.
percentage can they replace?
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. It's a uncomfortable environment. I look. I've seen it. I've seen. I'm old enough to remember Blockbuster. I'm old enough to remember a lot of things that aren't they're not here anymore. So you're right. I get no argument from me with that. I'm not sure what the fix is. Is the thing.
Okay, basically, and this said somebody said this. They said the 21st century is not about hardware. 21st century is about biotech. What's happened when they start designing human beings, and basically the stuff that you do,
Didn't they
doctors.
do something? I think they did something like that in China, right?
They've started. We're talking about wholesale. Yeah, they've done it already. They've probably done it in other
Right.
places. We just don't. They don't talk about it. He wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to talk about it. What happens?
Right.
What happens to hospitals
When
when
everyone's perfect, we're living longer. We don't get sick anymore. We don't get
when they have
diabetes.
well, that's part of it. But the thing is, when they can repair whatever's wrong with you just by putting nanobots in you.
Well,
And
look,
stem
man.
cell.
There is, you know,
How many how, many- how many people will they
there's
need?
no there's no solution. There's only trade offs, and that'll be an interesting trade off because the technology on the one hand
There's
would be
always
fabulous.
there's the solutions and trade-offs is just socialism, capitalism exist together. If you
I agree.
so in
I
other
agree.
words, there are solutions. Well, the solutions we call them what? Breakthroughs. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
And
I agree with that.
and solutions come up with their own set of what? Trade-offs.
Problem trade offs.
Trade-offs. So
Exactly.
basically as you go up,
Mm-hmm.
as you go up, you break out of one paradigm where you had where your trade-offs limit you, you break through
Right.
that. Of
And then
course, you
there's
go
another
to a
one.
higher tier. There's another one. So solutions and trade-offs, solutions just breaking through the trade-offs, the old paradigm
Right.
of trade-offs. Okay.
Okay.
Ask what's his name? Um Malthus about that.
So where are we disagreeing, BGF?
You tell me. Because
BGF, we don't have
you're the one that does all the
we don't have any
well,
disagreements.
thank you. Because well, I'm glad you said that because you said we have fundamental disagreements.
Did I say fundamental?
Yes, you did.
I think we have slight disagreements
You said we have
on.
fundamental disagreements.
Did I? Okay.
Yes.
Well, maybe you're right. I didn't mean that if I said that. I don't think we have fundamental disagreements. I think we're pretty on it when it comes to our economic system. I think we're in agreement.
And based
I think the only contention. I think the word I used was contention. I think the only contention is the solution. One. Okay. This
okay,
is another problem with socialism that I
uh-huh.
think is problematic, and it's probably
Socialism
more
but socialism evolves just like anything else.
right.
Socialism actually saved capitalism.
True. You're right.
Socialism is basically what most people don't understand. Socialism is invented by actually invented it by capitalists.
Of course it was. They wanted to make sure to keep the mob at from the
and from
gates. Yeah, I got you.
keep them from destroying the system.
Right. Yeah, of course. So what's your thought on a basic income?
Okay, okay, it's real simple. I said it so many times. I don't know why you guys have a hard time understanding it, right?
Hmm.
You have $200 trillion floating around in debt, right?
Yeah.
That probably cannot be paid. Okay, you have automation coming in that will actually reduce jobs. Okay,
Hmm.
shit can't be paid. Okay, work basically, especially for international debt. How do you solve that?
No clue.
You don't. If you say like you owed $1 million, right, that you couldn't pay, how would you solve it in the United States?
Normally you would file bankruptcy.
You file bankruptcy, right?
Hmm.
That would actually settle or wipe out your debts, right?
Right.
How do you file a worldwide bankruptcy?
No clue.
You know, basically the thing is you need to study more. It's called a debt jubilee, right?
I know what a debt jubilee.
You know what a debt jubilee is, right?
I know what a debt jubilee
Thank
is.
you. So you know what a debt jubilee, which is basically what bankruptcy is, right?
Hmm.
Where you wipe out all the debts, right? Everybody, we start with a clean slate, right?
All right.
How many pension funds and all other kind of stuff depends on what the debt that's floating around because of all your capitalist function actually built on rotating debt, right?
Right.
What happens to the people when you wipe all that shit out?
Oh, they're in hard times.
So unless you want a whole bunch of people to die, what is your only conclusion for them? What would you do?
I get it. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do.
It's called the universal basic
And
income.
okay, what? Okay,
Have you
let's put
have
you. Let's
basically
can
was actually put out not by socialists because guess who disagrees with the UBI more than anybody else?
exactly.
Richard Wolff.
Mm,
He is a what? Hardcore what? Not just socialist. He's a hardcore what?
communist.
Communist, right?
Hmm.
He's a Marxist, right? Hardcore
Right.
Marxist. A hardcore Marxist that you would
Hmm.
think would agree with the UBI hates the idea.
Mm,
And he's not the only one. It's a capitalist idea. Why? Because it's the only thing that will actually save capitalism bacon. And he said that.
mm.
And most
So
people that disagree with it, that don't like the UBI, don't understand. Everybody that says that the UBI is
I'm
a bad
I'm
idea, that
I'm
means
in. I'm in.
automatically I know that you don't know what you're talking about. That's what
No,
when you first
I'm
said it, when you first said it was a bad idea, first thing I said was what? You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty much indifferent when it comes to the UBI, but I kind of want you to take your esoteric look at the UBI in this way.
Hmm.
Um, would you agree that human beings, men specifically, uh, feel a need to uh, have a purpose?
Hmm.
And how do you think that would affect human beings or men specifically, mentally, knowing that, man, that's
Oh,
it?
oh, it's real easy. It's real simple. Okay.
I mean,
It's
the
real simple.
suicide rate, I would
No,
assume, would
no,
go
no,
up.
no. It's real simple. It's real simple. Okay. It's called Do You Want to Eat Today?
I got you.
If you have a purpose, what's your first purpose if there's no food?
Right.
Your
Okay.
first purpose for any human being is to do what?
That's fine.
To survive and stay alive, right?
Hmm.
If you have, if you look at it, and I've looked at this, man. I looked at every when they first mentioned it, I said, "Oh shit, we're in worse problems than I thought." Because
Now, I asked you specifically, BGS, to put your esoteric hat on, and you went straight pragmatist on me. A more
that is
pragmatist.
that is esoteric. What do you mean? Why is that not esoteric?
I don't know. I thought you would have
What
gave me something,
what
something deeper than,
deeper than what? I mean,
nigga, you want to eat? I don't know.
but esoteric does not mean stupid. Esoteric people do not overlook the simplest answer.
I got you.
Your basic function of any organism is to what?
Yeah, I got you.
That's esoteric. That's any organism.
Right.
It's as esoteric as you can get to survive. And if you look at it, before the Industrial Revolution, before this big ass system, how many people were on the planet
Mm, that's true.
at any one time? 500 million. How many people we got
Yeah.
now?
Couple billion,
We got
few
no, we got
billion,
we got
seven
almost
billion,
eight. We got almost we got
7 billion
almost eight
people.
billion people. So
Hmm.
basically, if this system breaks down and 8 billion people depend on it, guess what's gonna happen to those 8 billion people? Well, most of them,
Yeah.
along
All
with
right.
your system. I've always said the UBI is not a great idea. It's a bad idea.
Right.
But guess what? It's a bad idea until it's the only solution that you have,
I got you.
right?
I got you.
And it's not basically. And Wolf said that's not a socialist idea. Wolf says you
No,
should.
no, it's not a social idea. That's true.
So, but the thing is, for it to be administered properly, guess who's going to have to administer it? A socialist. So that's why I said Bernie's for that environment. If this is going to happen, for that environment, guess who you need? You need a
You need
socialist.
socialists.
You need a socialist to administer it. Why? Because it has nothing to do with what system is better. It's what system is better under what environment. That's black pill,
Right.
bro.
All right. All right. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. And that makes sense. I mean, look, I'm not anti-socialism, right? My issue was, is socialism a fix for at a capitalist society? Now, if the environment changed and we're farmers, and you got apples and I got milk, we can work that out. That makes sense in that environment. So I get you. I'm not anti-socialism.
Oh well, I get well. Most of your nurses are because they tend to go on strike, don't they, for
Because
higher
they're
pay?
greedy bastards.
Greedy.
No, I'm joking.
In other words, um, without socialism, how much would they pay a nurse? How much did they used to pay a nurse before socialism?
I don't know.
Not very much.
I mean,
You got
I mean,
ranked very low on
my
the totem
mother.
pole.
I mean, my mother made like shit. Maybe she was making $12 an hour or something as a nurse.
And then she was a nurse. But the thing is, your mother your mother was born before socialism.
Mm,
So your mother's 200 years old.
no.
Okay. I'm just wondering, man, because hey, she might be if she not they need to interview her. She's around before socialism.
Okay.
Was there a nurses union when she worked?
I don't believe so. Were there a nurses union? Well, it depends on where you work. Because how long has Kaiser been around?
But at the very least, what 60, 70 years?
60, 70
It,
years.
sta- it started with
It's, it's
it started with Kaiser Steel. And it's been at
okay.
least 60. And Kaiser was around before I was born, and I'm 60, so it has to be at least 65 years.
Okay, but when did the union come on? I'm not sure. I don't
The
remember.
unions came in the 30s.
Okay, now I'm talking about for her specific, because I mean, not all healthcare facilities are unionized.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them in California are, but not
Mm-hmm.
not all of them though.
And so your mother wasn't union. How long ago did she work?
Oh, man, she's my mother's actually older than you. So
She
man,
can't
she
be that much older.
retired. She retired maybe. No, I'm much older than I look. I'm 40.
Mm-hmm.
She retired. She retired around
Unless she was 50.
60ish, 60 or so. Yeah.
What year?
So she's been retired for. Oh, no, she's been retired since 2000.
So she worked on.
Yeah.
She was working in the union. So I know the Chrysler Kaiser nurses went on strike in the 70s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
they've been used. She worked for a union. So she been a socialist all her life.
Well, look, I wouldn't call a union necessary. Well, yeah, I can argue. A union is a socialist entity. Um,
Public schools.
mm,
Oh my God.
yeah, yeah, but you trying to act like I'm anti all this stuff.
Now I'm not acting like anything. This is coming
All
from
I'm
this is coming
all
from
I'm
you.
saying,
This is coming from you. I'm not.
no,
I
no, no.
don't.
All I said
And let me ask you:
was that. Go
do I
ahead.
go to your job, call you on the phone, and say you goddamn capitalist? Do I?
No, but you know what? I feel it though.
When you don't,
When I got my
oh
woman,
you feel it.
when
Well,
I
you
got my
feel it.
woman ears on, when
Oh
I
yeah,
got my woman ears on, oh,
yeah.
I feel it, brother.
Yeah, you
I feel
feel
it.
it. I know. That doesn't
I
mean
feel
that
it.
have nothing to do with
I
facts,
feel
does
it.
it? Let's bring.
No.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Hold
Oh.
on.
It's almost 12 o'clock.
I know.
BTS.
I'm just
Go
gonna
ahead,
bring.
bro.
I'm
Go ahead,
just gonna bring Mike on for a minute since he's in the chat.
though.
Since he's in the chat, jump in, Mike, if you can. If you're not, if you not busy, because he's probably working.
Smart man.
Hmm? He works
So
at night.
smart.
He works the night shift at the because he codes in the daytime.
Oh, smart man. Smart man.
I said America is Kemet nursing was right about men. Yeah. Oh yeah, nursing is very old.
Yeah, nursing is very old. It was created by what's going on, guys?
Mhm.
It was created by men on the battlefield. So
Yeah,
no,
what was it? The Red Cross way back in the
yeah,
day. Yeah, with
hmm
nurses. Yeah, and then
no,
they ran out of men because they wanted men to fight. Then they put women up to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
hmm so
but you didn't. But nurses didn't get used to pay shit. Even in the 70s, nurses were
Uh,
very much underpaid until they
yeah,
unionized.
because the men were trying to get you. The men were actually getting paid. I mean, because it was a dangerous job. I mean, you're in a dangerous zone,
Mhm.
getting shot and killed at, and you're not getting. Their pay went up, and then they, to bring the pay back down, they flood women in.
Yeah,
Plus, they also needed the bodies to help. So
yeah.
they didn't have a reason to pay them more. So
Yeah, and then when the hospital then they had then the what is it the Catholic churches had hospitals, then the women actually the nuns actually manned
yeah, the nuns started coming in. Yeah.
coming in. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Man, he knows this, man. He knows this nursing shortage that we have is huge, and
Mhm.
these senior citizens and baby boomers that are finna come off, basically BGS's age group and my parents' age group in the next 5 to 10 years are finna be offloaded on these nursing staff.
Mhm.
We can't handle it. I
Mhm.
mean, we're barely handling it now. All these new facilities are popping up. If you go look at their ratings through the government, can't remember the name of it right now, but through their government systems, it
Mhm.
has them ranked like how good they are, if they've been reported, and then they have like ratings in terms of staffing, and they're
Mhm.
all short staffed
Yeah,
across.
they're short staffed because you know why they're short staffed because they don't want to hire you.
Yeah.
They want to hire
hmm
you because they know in 5, 6, 7 years you're gonna be a lot of you gonna be replaced.
Gonna be replaced, and a lot of more is gonna be more home health care.
Hmm.
There's a few reasons why they can't replace you.
Why?
Number one is you can't make enough nurses. In other words, if you go to your average junior college, you can't even get a physiology class. So you have people who need to take a physiology test or a microbiology class. They're waiting a year just to get a class.
I,
So
I
one of the
But
go
that's
ahead.
why they're starting. That's why they're starting young. Where my kids live, right now, Hillsborough
That's a good
County.
idea.
They're starting young. You can graduate high school with the RN.
Okay,
So they're
okay.
starting
Well, even
very young.
even when I was, I mean,
Na- na-
you can become an LVN for free
name me
if you
name me
ROP.
something that a nurse does that cannot be automated.
The only thing that I see right now that that a robot cannot do is wound care. That is the only thing that takes a little bit of, finger manipulation to do, right?
Is
But
wound care. Why
outside,
not?
what I'm
I don't
saying
know
is
because
they
I
will.
don't, I don't I'm not
Okay,
familiar.
I
I'm
mean,
not familiar with robotics. I don't know
a
how
robot
robots work.
can't do it, but a robot? What else? But what other things can?
Oh yeah, if you take that Boston Dynamics robot that can do backflips and a headstand,
No, no, no,
and
no, no, no. Well, the thing is, you said wound care, right?
yeah,
What if you have nanites that can do it from the inside?
No, I agree with you on that. What I'm saying, I'm talking about if we want to apply it today. Like if we want to apply it today, if
I
you
know.
take that Boston Dynamics robot, it
Uh-huh.
can do the pill pass for you. Your nursing staff can be shorter. You can drop your nursing staff because now your nursing staff only has to go into the room to talk to the patient in terms of mental status and for wound care.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, your nurse can go chart, and they're not gonna have 8 nurses on the floor when you can have 3 nurses on the floor, and you've got a robot doing all your pill. Because the biggest
Well, you can do
job
that
is
now.
pill.
I know that's what I'm talking about, and we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. The biggest bulk load of every nurse is your pill pass. It
And
takes hours.
they have a thing
Mhm.
called doctor in a bag, which is a vest.
Agreed.
It's hooked up. It's hooked up to you can actually hook up to a wireless phone. In fact, they were demonstrated where they can take his blood pressure, his heart rate, his EKG. They can detect about 100 different things. They call it doctor in the bag, and actually download it to a to a
I think I saw that
to a
the
doctor
documentary.
or an
It's
or
like a
AI.
software, right? Hmm.
No, it's actually a physical vest.
Oh, really?
It's a vest that you put on. You put it
Hmm.
on your upper torso, and it takes 100. It can actually take 100 different tests just from that.
Hmm.
It's called Doctor in a Bag, and basically we'll upload it to your smartphone, and through the AI first. AI will actually direct it to a nurse practitioner or a doctor, depending on the level. That's right now. It hasn't been widely distributed because 90% of stuff that's already there is not being distributed because it's going to replace people.
Because you can implement all these systems. They're already I do home health care. So everything that's done in the home, I can do in the ICU. Period. It's
Hmm.
just less. It's just a tad bit less stressful, and I don't have all the readily equipment on
Yeah.
hand.
And
That's
you
it.
don't have
But
any. You don't have any supervisor, right?
I don't have a supervisor, so everything is on me. I've got all the stress and responsibility on me. So if
Mm,
shit goes sideways, I've got to jump in.
yeah, yeah.
But
But the
you're usually dealing
families,
with one patient, right, at a time, right?
You
sometimes,
can
yeah,
you can only really deal with one patient at a
yeah,
time.
yeah, once.
Oh, as far as
I have
you're
a
not tasked with
question.
multiple patients at once, though,
No,
right?
Okay.
what I'm saying is the severity level has dropped, right? So you've got them stable.
Hmm.
So I only need to deal with one patient. But what I'm saying is your family members, if you we can take family members who go through a tragic event, they're in the hospital for a full year, and by the time they come out of the hospital and they're home for at least 6 months to 8 months, that family is a fully competent nurse. They just don't
That's
have
true.
papers.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't have papers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
So
basically, the thing is that a lot of the systems that they have now have not dropped to the price where it can be readily available yet,
exactly, yeah, yet,
because
yeah,
they have to be small. Basically, the artificial womb was thought impossible 10 years ago. And if you did make them, they were big ass tanks. Now they're a freaking bag, and they're ready to distribute. They can actually start distributing them within 5 years.
yep. I think the Black Brain Trust was talking about it tonight, where they're trying to and
He
Dr.
means to cause
Phoenix
it a life
brings
jacket. Yeah.
and Dr. Phoenix brings us up too, about them with the medical records. I mean, when I tell you it's a gold mine, they are fully 1,000% targeting the medical industry and
Oh yeah.
bringing in brand new tech. They're rethinking how they can do this stuff, and all they have to do is get over the laws, which is the HIPAAs and the
Yeah. Yeah.
policies.
Yeah.
So once they incorporate all that technology, it's going to be a streamlined situation. I mean,
because from what I've heard, what I've read, you know, and peruse, which they, if you get to the right person, they can drop medical costs by 90%.
yes,
But if they fully actually implement all the tech that they have right now, because we ain't even talking about neural implants, we're not even talking about nanites, we're not even talking about stem cells. Okay, that hasn't even been fully implemented yet. That's still experimental. What happens when they start doing that?
BGS, I did not come on here for that fear porn.
So so
Okay,
so with
I need something a little more upbeat.
All
so
right.
all of this talk about replacing people with automation. My question is, when are we gonna find some replacements for this maggle that's on this fucking panel right now? When are we gonna do that?
The environment would get rid of the Maggles.
Because what I'm trying to figure out is, bruh, where's all that energy you had in that comment?
Oh, you saw it, huh? I mean, now Valdez, was I wrong, or was he taking shots at me?
Oh, he's trying to die your ass feet first. Like, for real. Like, I read the comment a few minutes ago. Like, where's all that energy at, bro? You clearly don't have the slightest clue what the fuck. Like you were talking about, it was an asinine rant. That comment is an asinine rant.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
Man, you were stepping all over the damn place.
I don't know. Now you opened up a can of worms, and I'm gonna be quiet and let it have you because you asked. Go ahead, Angry Man. Take it away.
All right.
Take it away.
Me and Angry Man have had issues in the comment section.
You want me to be specific, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. You said this is an asinine rant, and I don't usually cape for other men. I highly doubt that. But the guy on Mixler, Prom Penguin, didn't make one of the arguments you're ranting about. Okay. So let's chastise you for a sec. First issue right there. Who the fuck are you to chastise anybody? Okay, so then you say first marriage has always been an exchange for goods and services of men and for a woman's womb. And you're partially right. It's called a dowry. Okay. Second, cooperation, as you have stated, is what BM mean when they ask for submission from a BW. From what? To make a PUA pitch about frame is ridiculous with the 2080 rule. She doesn't respect your frame when she had to settle for you your esoteric bullshit. That's second attack. And these street dudes get all this respect, quote unquote, are the same she calls white daddy on police when she's in the movie. First of all, most street dudes don't get the police called on them. You don't even know what you're talking about.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
I didn't use the words most.
He read it verbatim, dumb.
So wait a minute. He got it. Let me get this right about that.
Now he's gonna use that. Not all, huh?
Yeah,
not all, but some.
Now, Valdez.
I also made the point that you have women that are in abusive relationships, and I said that they respect
Get
them.
the fuck out of here.
And they don't call the police on them.
Who defines what abuse is?
Do you know what the
legal
do you know
system? What we consider physical abuse?
Matter of fact, do you know what the stats are for physical abuse are? Can you hear me?
He hears you.
He hear you.
Do you know what do you know what I do for a living?
It's kind of breaking up. I can barely hear you guys.
Yeah, right.
Don't run down. Don't run down, princess. Do you know what the stats are for? Do you know what I do for a living?
He doesn't know.
Besides carry a fucking hammer and throw it.
I can hear you. I can hear you clearly, BJS.
Oh, now he hears it clearly.
Oh, okay. Go out and come back in, Charles. He can't hear you.
Oh, I'm gonna come back in.
Okay. He's a Baltimore police officer of the goddamn law.
Who decides?
Okay,
go ahead, Angry Man.
Who decides what abuse is? J-Biz.
The law decides what abuse is.
The law decides that.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
You sure about that?
Can you?
Yeah, 100% sure.
So what about now?
Say that again.
Can you hear Charles farting or talking?
It's choppy. It's choppy.
Well, guess what?
I can hear BGS. I can hear.
God damn it! If it's choppy, call me the motherfucking Wolverine.
Go ahead, Charles. Just
I'm a law enforcement officer. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Domestic violence is 50-50. It's actually 20-80 because men don't really call. Okay. So how much is abuse? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you one good example. We had a rookie cop get a domestic call. Female calls. She admits that she bust a bottle and a couple of things over this guy's head while he was drunk. She claimed it's self-defense. what should you do? Should she be arrested in that case? Yes, she should. So spare me the motherfucking bullshit that you trying to spew out about abuse.
See,
No, I think you're missing the point, though.
but see, wait a minute. I gotta ask you this.
Here's the point, right? Here's the point. Now you trying to fucking move the goalpost, Justin Tucker.
What he was trying to say is that the only reason the street dudes can get respect from women is because they're violent. That's what he's trying to say.
No.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's exactly what he's saying. Now take it away, angry man.
No, technically, the street dude gets respect from women because he doesn't have anybody over him. Technically, women actually have a great deal of respect for men who are not subordinate to other men. Now, as fucked up as it may seem, the street dude technically does not have a fucking boss because he does whatever the fuck he wants to do, which makes the woman attracted to him. It has more to do with bioevolution than our current social condition.
The hierarchy of shit.
Which is called what in PUA? Masculine frame.
Masculine.
Well, let me ask Angry Man a question. Would you agree that part of the reason why this woman respects the street dude is because he chooses to? In other words, that he has a bit of a what? He has a bit of an authority over her. Like you say, he doesn't have no bosses, so that's an authority figure, right? And then if she disrespects him, he will come back with consequences. So I made an argument in the chat that the reason why I don't think any woman will respect men in this environment is because she doesn't have to. She will voluntarily respect you if she wants to. No, there's not really much she can do about it. Would you agree or disagree?
No, you're what you're doing is you're conflating fear and respect.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting those two confused. There's a thin line between fear and respect.
I agree.
Okay, the difference, like if a chick knows that her man will, if a chick knows that her man will go upside her fucking head because he's done it before, that's quite possibly fear. But if she gets into a relationship with a guy that she sees kicks another guy's ass, she might not try him out of respect. There's a very thin line between that.
Oh yeah, because you gotta remember it's the same thing with the dynamic of the child and the parent. If that child does not respect that parent, what can that parent do to that child? The parent doesn't even have to physically do anything. The parent just don't have to do shit, and that child can starve.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't Angry Man's point, and I might be getting confused, but isn't your point, Angry Man, that display of frame or masculinity when old boy beat up the other dude is that she has a fear that could happen to her?
No, it's actually a turn on.
It's a turn on.
Yeah. My niece is going through the same thing. Okay. She got pistol whipped by a dude. He went to jail for 3 years, and she still chose to be with the dude.
Yeah. Like you don't see this is the part he's not getting about. This is the part you're not getting, J-Biz. You're basing all of the behavior of human beings on our current social conditioning. You're ignoring the fact that we've got hundreds of thousands of years of men being super fucking aggressive, and that being a turn on to women because they get some benefit out of that.
So it's protection or whatever.
Yeah. So basically,
matter of fact, Valdez, to break it down even further, it was an evolutionary advantage.
Yeah, to have a man that was super fucking violent and willing to fucking take it to that fucking extreme. But you keep saying that she's choosing to respect you. Technically,
can you post a link to that one?
Yeah.
It technically is not. We say she's choosing, but let's be honest. Most women don't really choose anything. They fucking operate off feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So when she's respecting a guy the same way she's fucking turned on by a guy. Sometimes she can't control that shit. So that's not, I wouldn't say that's an active choice. Like if she has to think about whether or not she's gonna respect you, 9 times out of 10 she's not.
Nope.
So I think that's kind of one of the points I was making, was that a lot of that respect depends on her mood, right? Because I've seen dudes, you know,
No,
I've seen dudes
it
in my.
doesn't depend on her mood as much as it depends on her instincts.
Let me ask you a question, Valdez. Does that street dude need money?
No,
I think I hear what he's saying. I
didn't make that argument, BGS. I didn't make that argument.
Hold on a
BGS,
second.
let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
I think I know what it is. What you're asking for is the exact same reason Dr. Buss over here in Austin, Texas is asking about bioevolution, right? You're trying to take their choice away from them.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get a guarantee out of a woman.
Yeah.
You cannot have respect without them making the choice to do it. There is no, right. You can't say, oh, well, the environment's going to change. They're going to go back to disrespecting us. We know that.
Yeah.
There has to be something. What Kendra D talked about earlier was that when her husband stood up to protect her in that one moment, he earned her respect for life, in and in death. She respects that man for forever.
Would you say that Kendra D is an exception to the rule?
No,
if you go lay down your life for
it's any woman.
That's any woman. You go lay down your life for any woman.
Let me ask you this question, man. How old are you?
I'm 40.
40.
Mm-hmm.
Are you athletic?
I would say.
Have you ever had to compete against other men physically?
Yeah, I played football and I ran track. Yeah, when I was in high school, years ago.
Now, were you good at it?
No, I wasn't that great at it.
So, okay, that's what explains it.
So the best athlete did the best athlete garner your respect? You know who the man on the football team was, right?
Yeah, of course.
And if you got, and basically because you got on the field and competed with other men, guess what they gave you for getting out there and competing? They gave you respect. They respect for stepping on the field, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I think this is conflating, because I think the way men respect each other may not be the way women do it.
It's no different. You know why?
From my experience. But go ahead.
You know why it's no different?
Why is that?
Because number one, there's a willingness to do shit that needs to be done. See, when you're a top tier athlete or a top tier soldier, you're gonna go limps that the average person will never ever do, will never even think of doing. That's why when you get some breezing motherfucker who's willing to fucking rob a bank just to feed, or sell drugs to feed his family, or fight a war to protect his people, they get the greatest respect. Not saying I condone that shit, but you got to understand bioevolution. Women love anything that gives them protection, provision, procreation, and problem solving. How good are women solving their own problems?
Not very good.
At all. How good are women providing for themselves?
Not very good.
So,
but
if you got a man, hold up, I'm not finished yet. I'm almost finished. So, if you got somebody who's willing to solve their shit, provide, fuck the shit out of them, and do all kinds of shit, they're not going to find that on a regular basis, especially in today's market. Because today's market, they're selling the effeminate, what's it called? Cooperative male.
Supportive.
When a real male says, no, and fuck your feelings, they can't help but to respect that because you told them no.
Yeah. In fact, I was reading a journal by a professor saying exactly that about the college campuses that they're trying to eliminate toxic masculinity and actually counsel these boys to be more supportive, right? But guess what? He said the biggest problem is that the women on campus, guess what? They like that toxic masculinity, so-called, okay?
What did I say?
Because an aggressive male, it shows to a woman that he's willing to protect that woman.
That's just being.
I'm not
even about it being aggressive. That's just regular old masculinity.
Let's get back.
I don't think I'm disagreeing with the alpha fucks. I get that. I get that that a high status man, a 20% man in any category where it's finance.
That's not even part of a 20% man, though.
What we're saying is,
okay. Well, let me make my point, and then you can correct me.
No. The thing is, all those shots that you threw in that comment didn't say that.
But he doesn't even know what a 20% man.
Yeah, but it's a comment session, BGS. I mean, I can only until we have a conversation. I can only
you don't even
go into
what,
details.
Let me ask you.
We talk to each other.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. What is a 20% man, J-Biz?
The top 20% could be in any field, right? So this is the top excellent of that field. So if you're the top quarterback out of 100 quarterbacks, 20% of you would be the great, right? Or if you top 20% of attractiveness, right? Like, I mean, 100 men and 20 of them are a 6'4" and above. That's my definition of a top 20%. So you stand out.
So you think
in some way or form.
So you think that there is this top 20% of men that look a certain way and operate a certain way to get all of the women?
No. I'm asking you. My question was, are you saying that this type of archetype is what's getting respect from women?
That wasn't a question. That was a statement by you.
Are you saying that any? No. Are you saying that any man who follows this masculine frame will get respect from women? That's why I'm confused.
What I'm saying is, okay, you play football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody can try it, right? They all teach you how to block and teach you how to catch and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Are some people better at it than others?
Of course.
In other words, if you take all the, say you in California, you probably went to a large high school, right? With thousands of people, right?
Yeah.
How many people actually qualified to be on a football team?
Very few.
Very few. So basically, just because you can attempt to have masculine frame doesn't mean you're going to execute it, right?
But I think there's enough.
But aren't you making my point, though?
No, hold on, BJS. Hold on. Let's use
making my point.
No, hold on a second. Let's use a different analogy. Let's use Officer Charles. Officer Charles, you there?
Yeah.
All right. When you went into the military, and as big and strong as you are, you had a uniform you put on every day, right?
Uh-huh.
And you had some weak, scrawny-looking niggas in y'all crew too. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
When y'all went off for R&R, didn't them same dudes get the same amount of pussy thrown at them as y'all did? Y'all may have gotten a little bit more, but they still had pussy thrown at them because of their uniform, aka masculine frame.
We had so much fish pulled at us, we thought we were in the middle of the motherfucking ocean.
Well, here's the thing.
That's masculine frame. It's a uniform that you put on. Any man can put the uniform on. Just because I'm 5'9" and Charles is 6 foot, don't mean it's just a difference of whatever.
You know what? I'm gonna give J-Biz this fucking secret.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the cheat code, J-Biz.
God.
Any man can be in that top 20%. Every man ain't gonna be in that top 20% because every man is not gonna operate the proper way. Too many motherfuckers, men, we think. Sometimes we think too goddamn much, especially when it comes to dealing with women.
We don't do.
It's easy. We just think too much about it. If you get with, this is the trick. You get with a woman, right? You get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, you treat her like you don't really give a fuck about her. That's the secret. That's the goddamn secret.
And you okay? So I think we're conflating two different things because I'm hearing about, and I could be wrong. I'm hearing about getting sex from women, right? Which is one thing, And I don't think a woman got to respect you to fuck you. I mean, she
No,
got
we're
to be
not talking.
turned
We're
on
not
by you,
talking
right?
about. Okay,
Isn't that what he just
take
said?
let's take
That
let's
doesn't
take the sex
matter.
out of it.
That
Take
doesn't
take
matter.
this.
Well, I'm not
No,
even.
take this.
Well,
Take the
hold on.
sex out of it. Okay, okay, go ahead.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
That doesn't fucking matter, dude. It doesn't. None of that shit matters. Whether you're getting sex from her, or whether she's giving you money, or whether she's buying you gifts, or whether she's fucking driving you around. It doesn't. None of that shit matters. Women want what they can't fucking have. A woman is like a fucking cat with a fucking ball of yarn. If you dangle the motherfucking yarn in front of her, she's just like a cat. She's gonna paw at it. The moment you give it to her, she's gonna look at it, get up, and walk the fuck off. That's all it is with women. When you if you're a dude, let's say for argument's sake, you luck up and you go to a new high school and the cutest girl in school likes you, and then you start talking to her. Now, if you're all giddy about the shit that you got the prettiest girl in high school and you're trying to be a gentleman and chivalrous and all of that shit, she's gonna get bored with your fucking ass. The rest of the women are gonna see how you're treating her. She's gonna talk to all the other girls about the shit. And what's gonna happen is your fucking whole reputation is gonna be dead. Now, if you get with the prettiest girl and you act indifferent about the whole situation, she's gonna complain about you to the other fucking chicks. And the other fucking chicks are gonna be like, ooh, they got some dissension in their relationship. I'm gonna see if I can talk to them. I bet you I can tame them. You know what I'm saying? That's all that shit is, man.
If we go back to the,
I get where you're coming from, Angry Man.
No, you don't.
But I think the argument I was making was about this environment and whether or not she's voluntarily giving you respect, or it seems like what you're saying, I could be wrong, is that it depends on how you carry yourself around her or don't give a fuck about her. She's going to automatically have a bit of respect for you because
the argument was that you can't buy respect. It has to be what given, and there's certain things that you can do to induce her to do what, give you that respect, which is what Angry Man was actually telling you about.
Matter of fact,
you know what? Andrew, let me
break it down to you real quick.
Oh, let me ask you a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. JB, let me ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead.
You ever had a woman take care of you when you didn't have a job and not a dime to your fucking name?
No, never.
I have. Numerous.
I have too.
Numerous fucking times. Do you know why? Because regardless of whether I have money or no money, a nice car or no car, I'm still that nigga.
She's still respected.
Okay, can I let me ask you a question? Because I've heard this talking point before.
It's not a talk.
Have you? No. I'm sorry. I've heard this scenario before.
Have you seen it yourself? I know you have.
No, not in my personal life. No.
Did you ever see the movie Baby Boy?
Yeah. I'm talking about personally. I haven't, but yeah, I've seen it before.
Where'd you grow up?
Utah,
Compton.
Huh?
No.
Wait, whoa, nigga, whoa. You grew up in Compton. Whoa.
I did.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Grew up in Compton and you didn't
you see that? You see no baby boys in Compton? Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Were you allowed to use your yard?
No.
Nigga.
The question was, have I experienced it? No, I've never experienced that, but I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Thank you. I know you've seen it. So basically, seeing it is experience. You've seen other dudes get away with that shit, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've also seen them dudes get cursed out and disrespected by those girls that they live with. And my
did
point
did the guys still come back?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, no problem. I'm saying my argument. Okay, I'm up here because of the comments I made about respect. Not attracting women, just getting respect from your woman. And my argument, man, is that
hold on. I see
that in this environment, women have to volunteer their respect.
No, go ahead.
I see what the problem is. Hold on. So basically, what you're saying is you've seen these guys get taken care of by women.
Right.
But because those women cursed them out or some shit like that, they were disrespecting them. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So basically what you're telling me is that you thought it was disrespect that a Klingon woman fought a Klingon man?
No. I'm not talking about just an argument. I'm talking about in the middle of the mall, hitting the dude, talking about his mama, telling people he got a little dick, all
You
kinds of ridiculous
you
shit.
know what you're describing, the average black woman.
No, I think I see what the problem is.
I am.
think hold on a second. I see what the problem is. I think you're using the wrong word, and I don't think you're asking about respect.
Okay.
I think you're asking about submission.
Yeah.
What I mean by
Nope.
what I mean by that is
Go ahead.
what it sounds like to me is a little bit of one-itis. That if I
Nah, I'm
finally get
definitely not
once
talking about submission. But go ahead.
what I'm hearing is once I get the woman and she tests my level of if she disrespects me, what do I do with this chick? That's what it
No.
sounds like.
Okay, let me try to make it clear.
Well, please do. Because it
Okay, let me
ain't
try to
clear.
make it clear.
Because it sounds like you're having an issue
this-
with her being submissive to you still after she disrespects you.
No. These are the two arguments we were having an issue with. So the question was, can you buy a woman's respect?
No.
Right, and I agree with that. And the other statement was that having a masculine frame, will that garner a woman's respect? I said neither would. I said in this environment, a woman has to choose to respect you. And it's nothing you can do because you cannot enforce consequences if she disrespects you.
That's
And you don't have authority over her.
Wait. For a woman to take a dude in that don't have a job, don't have any money, can't contribute, will sleep with him, feed him, take care of him, and then guess what? He takes the car while he drives. Well, he drops off of work and takes the car.
That's a utility.
No,
that's his role.
See, you know your problem is, dude.
Hold on. Let me say this to him. Hold on. Let me say this to him. See, this is where your problem is coming in at.
Okay.
You're trying to judge the black woman's level of respect compared to other women. And what you don't realize is black women, they already have a level of dysfunction.
Right. We both do.
What you're not exactly, we both do. So what you're not understanding is that a black woman is not going to do that for just any nigga.
Okay.
So there is a certain level of respect there. You feel what I'm saying? It's just not the level of respect. You're talking about submission compared to respect.
Compliance.
Yeah.
You're talking about compliance. That's entirely different.
Now, I respectfully disagree. I'm not talking about compliance.
You're not listening.
But go ahead.
Listen.
Hold on, you got to listen.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
All right.
I know what you're talking about, but what I'm trying to tell you is what go on in the head of black women. They have compartmentalized that shit. They have one area that they view as respect, then they have another area they view as submission. And in those two, they don't have. Look, a black woman could do this, right? A black woman could fucking call the cops, get him locked up, then that same night bail his ass out and come to court and lie and say, I just called for no reason, so that he won't catch the fucking charge. That's the type of shit black women do.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Because their twisted mind, I'ma just teach him a lesson, but I don't want him to get in any real trouble. You feel what I'm saying? That's the type of shit they do. It's not as much as you want to try to make sense of some of the shit they do. Some of the shit they do don't make no goddamn sense. You could have a chick that got a dude that she fucking respects, but then one day he do some shit wrong and she be like, "You sorry, motherfucker," all that old shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's the reason why. Who is it? BGS that talks about men need to have a rite of passage. Like when Charles and these military guys walk into a bar, right, and then they automatically going to get respect. Then there's another dude. Let's say I show up in the bar. I've never been in the military. When these chicks find out, or these people in the bar find out I'm not in the military, you can instantly see them like, all right, whatever. The respect. The guys who are in the. I got a good buddy of mine who's a upper ranking ranger. And when him and I go out to eat, he gets mad and respect. They don't even look twice at me. You know what I'm saying?
Now look,
because he has earned his respect.
Now here's the other part of it, because I want to make sure that you understand I'm not condoning a black woman cursing you the fuck out in front of everybody. But see, what it is in her mind, she may feel like she respects you. And you may look at that like, yo, that's not respect. So at the end of the day, it boils down to what the fuck you gonna put up with. So if she does that shit, but in her mind, she feels like she respects you, and you pull her to the side and say, yo, man, why you disrespecting me like that? She might say out of her mouth, I didn't disrespect you. And you say, well, in my book, that's disrespecting me. And then you draw the fucking line right there. And you tell her, look, if you ever do that shit again, I'm leaving your ass. And if she do it again, you fucking leave her motherfucking ass. That's how that shit work. Now, when you
most dudes scared to do that, Angry
we
Man.
in agreement.
Wait a minute. Now,
Angry Man, we in agreement, right? I don't think
because
we got contention at all.
Wait a minute. You said something that was incorrect. You said in this environment, there's literally nothing you can do. If a woman disrespects you, you don't have a way of punishing her. There's numerous ways to punish a woman.
Mm-hmm.
There's numerous ways to punish a woman. You can punish a woman just by fucking ignoring her. You can punish a woman by fucking walking out and never talking to her again. There's numerous ways to punish a woman. If you with a woman and she does something wrong to you, you pick whatever weapon you're gonna use in your mental arsenal to fucking punish her with. And see, this is the other thing that a lot of guys got incorrect. A lot of you guys, you operate the same way women operate. You want a ready-made motherfucker.
Yep.
And sometimes you gotta train a motherfucker how to fucking treat you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be in a relationship with a chick. She may come at you like that because she was used to coming at the last nigga like that, and he probably was the type of nigga that just ignored it. It didn't bother him. He let it roll up. Because I know dudes, they have girls that curse him the fuck out. The dude don't give a shit. He just ignores it. Like he walks the fuck off and go on about his business and come back later.
You be like, that's all you got?
Yeah, but if you the type of nigga that feel like, nah, you're not gonna treat me like you treated the last nigga, you gonna tighten the fuck up. You feel me? So there is something you could do. Most niggas don't want to do that. They just want to roll up on a chick and the chick just boom, be everything they want them to be off the rip. It don't work that way.
But Angry Man, I hear exactly what you're saying. I'm not even disagreeing with it. But in this, can we come to a consensus that this is not the way you going about it is going to take a specific type of trick that probably didn't have years of abuse or drama from her dad or the dude she dated. I mean, this is going to have to be a particular type of woman you're going to have to be able to train.
No, let me tell you something. See, this is the part you're not getting. Women are natural followers, but they're not going to follow just anybody. I'm going to tell you the main thing that niggas do wrong, which is why women won't follow them. Okay? You don't mean what you say and say what the fuck you mean. You gotta be. Here's the thing about women: they sit back and they watch you, and they watch to see how you operate. Let's say, for argument's sake, you buck on her. You better not ever disrespect me and talk to me crazy. And then she see a nigga in the street talking to you crazy. She gonna look at that shit and be like, "This nigga ain't shit."
You gotta be consistent.
You gotta be consistent about your shit. If you say you're not gonna do something, then you not gonna fucking do it. There ain't no motherfucking negotiating about the shit. If she do some shit to you that you not feeling, you be like, okay, you know what? Fuck this shit. And you bounce. You be gone for like a goddamn month. And that motherfucker call you like, oh, well, why you do this to me, this, that, third? Because you tripping. Now, if you want to stop motherfucking tripping, we might be able to negotiate some shit. You feel what I'm saying? But every fucking time, so let's say you come back and then the shit happens again. And guess what? You bounce again. And this time you stay longer, goddammit. And you don't answer goddamn phone.
And Anger Man, I think that's what I was talking about earlier when BJS first came on, about dudes not knowing how to negotiate. And dudes, and what you're talking about is, nigga, I love this shit. We're gonna do this all. What did Patrice O'Neal say? I'll argue her ass all fucking day till she has the you got the audacity to fucking talk to me like that.
I've done that.
So BGS, is that BGS? You made a comment. You said that we talked about the reasons you became MGTOW, And one of the reasons you gave is like you just didn't want to deal with the drama anymore. It wasn't that you got
No,
divorced, raped, or anything like that.
no. I said I didn't want to do the dance anymore.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
It's a
Well, Anger Man is
relationship.
talking. Yeah,
It's
Anger Man was talking about the
it's a
dance.
relation.
I
I mean,
got you.
everyone. I don't care who she is, unless even a woman that's raised in another culture that's a very patriarchal, compliant culture. You're gonna have some kind of argument. You're gonna have some kind of dissension. That's just the nature of two human beings coming together. That's gonna happen, right?
It's the
Right.
But it's a dance. It's basically listening to her, because you're gonna have to listen to her, right? You're gonna have she gonna come in, she gonna download on you, right? Because she gonna tell you about her day and that kind of. She gonna talk to you about shit like that, right? She's gonna have just, and sometimes it's not even that you. She gonna have her moods. She gonna have her issues. She gonna have family issues. Some things gonna piss her off that has nothing to do with you, right? And she's gonna come in with a mood. That's just being human. And women are more emotional like that. And there's a certain dance that you have to do with any woman that you acquire, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
the relationship dance, like I told Angry Man, about the Angry Man standard. I said if I wasn't 60 years old and I was 40 or 30, 20, 30, 40 years old, okay, I would do the dance. And I did do the dance. I didn't stop doing the dance until I was in my 50s. It wasn't that my didn't get hard. I just got tired of doing the relationship dance. I just got tired of it.
And just so you know, I'm fucking 41, and I can tell you right now, I'm never doing that dance again. Ever. Right now, I'm still in my current relationship, and this motherfucker gonna have to work, because if it don't, I'm not doing that dance again with no motherfucker.
Thank you, man. You saying you going MGTOW if this shit don't work out?
The shit don't work. Yeah, I'm damn near MGTOW now. Like I'm not like
MGTOW doesn't mean you swear off women altogether. Nobody ever said that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that fucking day. It's the do-si-do, ring around the rosy. The shit is the same goddamn dance. I don't give a fuck. That's why when they say, oh, women, we're unique. No, the fuck they're not. It's the same fucking dance. It's the who's gonna be in charge of the relationship dance.
Yeah. She gonna test you. The best woman's gonna test you.
Anger Man, let me ask you a question. But let's say you do decide to go that route. At any moment in time, you still have the skill sets that Kevin Samuels has.
Oh yeah.
And that's the issue that most dudes can't understand. Why a lot of brothers here be trying to tell them, man, you can't quit like that. You can officially quit when you can know, man, I can go do that shit. I just don't feel like doing it. Because it's a choice.
I don't feel like doing it. I mean, being at my age, being on YouTube, in the background, I've been offered. I just let everybody know. It's not that I don't, it's not that I'm not flattered. It's just I don't want to do the dance anymore. It's hard for some people to understand. Me being MGTOW has nothing to do with being divorced, raped, or paying child support and stuff like that. I never got drugged to the courts. My ex, baby mama, we came to a conclusion. I because she wanted me to be the father of her children. That was more important than the money. I give you a certain amount of money and make sure it comes every month. We're doing good. I never had to fight to see my kids. I never had to have an argument about my kids coming over. If the kids had an issue that she couldn't solve, her first call was to me. I never had the issue. My kids were raised by both families. Okay, they still are today. I just had to go to a couple of weeks ago. Go see the principal with my daughter and my grandson. Okay, we still have a relationship. I still have a relationship with all my children.
Hey, BGS, I got like 3% on my phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
All right.
So I did come at you. We have a consensus on that, right? That I came at BGS.
Yep. Yeah, it's still up there.
The consensus. I did that. Okay. Do you feel vindicated, Mr. BGS?
I just, the thing is that when okay, I have two ways of dealing with people that come at me sideways. Okay, if you've been around me long enough, it's to call you up and talk to you, find out what the issue is. Okay, and you know what the other way is.
You gonna block me?
The other way is to block you. Okay. And for people to come at me sideways, if you come at me, okay. Now, if you had just said something and disagree with me, that's one thing. But if that would, those were personal shots.
I feel like you owe BGS an apology.
That's what I was finna say.
Really? Do you feel like I owe
you? Just said
if VGS feels like
No,
I owe
no,
him an
no,
apology,
sir,
I
no,
will
sir, no,
apologize.
sir, no, sir. I do not feel. I know you owe
Yeah.
BGS an
Yeah,
apology.
yeah.
BGS.
Cause you've been really condescending on this whole entire show.
BGS.
yes, sir.
And this is not condescending. I apologize.
I appreciate you.
Bravo, good sir. Yeah, I will now relinquish the Maggle title from you.
I appreciate
And now,
I think you blocked me too, angry man.
hey, JB is, and I will take this AI angry man system off your ass.
I appreciate that.
Hey,
you know
hey,
what though?
hey,
y'all was cool with me, man. I seen y'all go into folks. Y'all was kind of cool.
Well, you didn't go sideways. You decided not to go sideways. You could have gone full tilt sideways, and we'd have gone in on you.
I got you.
And basically, stop caping for your boy.
Yeah.
If he's wrong, he's wrong.
And basically, everybody knew who was actually talking about, and his basics about the 50, 100% in respect has all been clear. He's been saying it for the last 6 months. I mean, you can't get any clearer than what he is. Okay.
Now I thought he was talking about submission. I didn't know he was talking about respect.
He's using it as a cover, man. He's using it as a cover for you guys. Like my issue is in the year, 2 years, what he gonna do when he can't do 100%? What he gonna for once he already said we gonna hold him to task, and now he's talking about he a coach. Like, come on, man, this dude's changing everything. He's flopping like a goddamn fish out of water.
He's gonna.
I think that's
that angry motherfucker. He's gonna go back to being the angry Keebler elf
that we know and love. Huh?
You're not talking about the Mr. Troll, are you?
Yeah, he's gonna. If he gets in bad shape financially, we might actually get some good content out of it.
Anyway, man, we're gonna let you go, and I know Angry Man got to go. You've been putting in some work today, man.
Yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here.
I know.
And sleep myself.
I know. Yeah, you've been putting in. The Angry Man been putting in some work, but I have an idea about the last show that you just did, because I was thinking about it when it has something to do with buck breaking.
Yeah.
So you probably know where I'm getting ready to go with this.
Yeah.
On a high tech buck breaking is probably what's happening to us. So I'm gonna actually put that into some content. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked.
Yeah, I think you better put that real nice music on that one.
Oh, Angry Man, I sent you that article. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's legit. That's what's happening right now. But I've seen it on like a couple of websites saying it's disturbing.
It's a legit story. Went to the police department and filed it. I just don't know what happened.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was. What ended up happening was the guy was saying, "Hey," reached out to the chick and goes, or dude, and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna do this porn scene," and then he texted another friend of his and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this porn scene with this chick." 'Cause he's in that industry, and then the guy was like, "Nah, man, that's a dude," and he was like, "What?" So he went back and asked him and said, "Hey, you was a dude," and she was like, "Why is that a problem?" And he was like, "Nah, you ain't doing this video." So she picked up text messages to the police department and said it's a hate crime. Like, that's what they're trying to push for, man.
In other words, you have to have. You know what they with the womb coming in, man. They're trying to blend all this stuff together because they won't need women for reproduction. So they're trying to force you to accept whatever as far as the way to get your rocks off.
Well, also think about it too with that young dude that touched that girl on the elbow just to talk to her, and they put that nigga in prison. Are they talking about putting him in prison?
Oh, you're talking about in the UK?
Yeah, in the UK. This story happened in the UK as well. So
I think this is just me. This is my reading of it. Since a lot of it won't happen immediately, but they're gonna start rolling back a lot. Once that abortion law gets rolled back, they start peeling back a whole lot of these laws because these chicks ain't compliant. So it's one thing messing with us and fucking with us. It's one thing fucking with the state and their money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
well, that's what somebody just did a video. I think it was Male Enlightenment. Did a video about de Blasio shipping out single mothers and their children out the state. They've been doing that shit for about a year.
Oh yeah.
So,
Send them. Actually, New York, they're actually shipping them out to lower cost areas, and actually paying them with like a year or two of. If you're gonna get your welfare, we can't do it here. It's actually cheaper to actually provide for them someplace else. You don't see a lot of that. So
it's happening, man. We in it. We are in it.
Well, I am definitely doing a video tomorrow about that article. Then shit.
Yeah, see, they haven't fucked up enough money yet.
No.
Fuck up enough money, motherfuckers gonna be like, wait a minute, we need to rethink this thing.
It's China. China's already clamping down on their feminists because they don't have enough babies. So it's getting ready to roll this way. It's getting ready to roll this way.
Well, they don't have a choice. I mean, you got that whole continent over there birthing babies like as they walk down the street.
Oh man,
I mean, they can't keep up. They're trying to implement that feminism and female empowerment in different systems, and them dudes over there on the continent are like not having it. They're like, whatever. They're gonna get in line just like everybody else gonna get in line.
But they don't have the infrastructure yet. Once the infrastructure hits, it'll happen. The thing is, you're already at 7. It's gonna take. It normally takes like 30 to 40 years before you get down to stasis. So by that time, they'll have like 4 billion people on the continent, which is way too late for the Europeans. So it doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. That feminism against that nigga thirst.
The thing is, it's actually infrastructure. If you follow the infrastructure, you actually predict what's going to happen.
Because
what I'm saying is, I agree with you, but what I'm saying for the mouse utopia to work or for the breakdown to happen, I'm saying brothers still gonna be fucking.
Oh, they still be fucking. But the thing is, they already want to implement birth control. So they just haven't yet. But it will happen when the infrastructure comes in. But I'm gonna let you guys. I know you don't. You're up already, Mike. But I'm gonna let.
I'm good. Y'all go ahead and go to bed, man.
I'm gonna let Angry Man go to bed. And Charles, you working?
Charles is done. I'm on vacation this week, so
all right.
I'm good. I'm Gucci.
All right, fellas.
All right, man.
All right,
thanks for stopping. I was trying to get when I was on first, I was trying to get everybody off, man, because I know you were on. So I was trying to push. Hey, everybody kept asking, hey, I'm getting ready to cut this short, go over to Valdez, because I'm cutting in on this time. I said, I'm cutting in on the brother's time. So y'all all here, waiting for the drama. Now it's over. Go over there and come back later. I said, I'm cutting in on brother's time. I don't want to cut in on brother's time. All right. Anyway,
I think most of everybody was watching that freaking that damn Michi X and Tommy talk about Tyreek and shit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Tommy wants to go in on Tyreek. So
yeah, he better leave that nigga alone before he start.
Tyreek can get gully. He don't remember. Tyreek was in the street when he came to LA, man. He was doing all kind of shit. So he ain't he acts like he's an intellectual, right? But he came to LA to be a street nigga, and he was in it tough for a second. So might want to fuck with him.
You can't roast like that unless you a street nigga. I'm sorry. The way that dude roast, he's the street.
I mean, if you stand in front of a crew, man, with a 150-pound Roddy, you a street nigga, all right?
Yeah.
with your shirt off, right?
Yeah.
You street nigga. I mean, that's all that has to be said. but anyway, man, I'm gonna let y'all go to bed, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for dropping in, y'all.
Later.
All right,
sir.
All right. Peace.